Because we haven't won a game in 7 months. We've won 2 of our last 12. How are we supposed to beat Collingwood when the league wants them to win? Footscray, you were robbed. So the Crows are scary? Yeah, they're really scary. Flag crom could be a real thing. Bombers would know, they just found out. Crows kicked everything. Kicked goals, kicked open targets, kicked the shit out of Bombers. Saints, are you kidding me? Man, you kangaroos! We might have a team here, ladies and gentlemen. Waited so long. That'll get the bonus up. That gets blood to the right places. You might be back. You might have a team here. Excitement.
Welcome back. What an unreal round of football. The season absolutely makes 0 sense. No sense at all, and we absolutely love it. We love that you're tuned in on this Monday, wherever you are and however you're listening. Thanks for doing footy with us. A lot to unpack here in just, again, the AFL makes no sense round of football. You're happy. Ollie's up and about. He walked in here with a real spring step. I walked in the office. He's on the couch doing a bit of game review from the Saints game. Had the last 10 minutes on, saying, how is that not a free? How is this a free? Just fully in the moment. Saints are up and about, not knocking everywhere. Platform 28 off its head. You must be happy, my friend.
Yeah, I did. Did do a bit of game review. I haven't slept.
No.
It's been a big weekend.
Well,
I'm so happy.
Mate,
I'm so happy.
people are saying, Kane definitely laughed at your contract. When you signed it, he said, how are they doing this? Announcing MC signings. What are they doing? Absolute basket case of a club. Well, worth the money now, isn't it?
Who's laughing?
So, what a great win.
It was unbelievable. Yes, did only win by the 7 points when I think we were about 40 odd in front.
Take it.
But you take anything.
Take it.
Because, not to give you too much of a drive-by, but you were up by 40 points and still lost.
What the fuck?
Like, it's a difficult thing sometimes to do when you feel that surge, and we were able to maintain it.
Yeah.
And flag Saints. I said it at Icon Park in pre-season to every single one of the players that walked past me, and I'll say it again.
Put my hand up. I wasn't familiar with you guys like that. I did not. No one saw that coming. I didn't. I think I definitely abused you guys. I said this would be an absolute chopstick game. It'd be an absolute bloodbath. Proved me wrong. First quarter proved me wrong. I said these guys cannot play.
And we're starting to think. I mean, I really appreciate. I mean, I know you still haven't come to a game to watch me.
No.
But I enjoy
Yuck.
the fact that you're starting to believe in the theory that maybe I do a good job.
I'm starting to think that you might have an influence on these boys.
Yeah.
Somehow. So run us through, how do you go personally emceeing? We'll go for the game later. How do you personally MC, you reckon?
Yeah, really well. I thought it was really good that I did a few pre-records before my first announcement. So like a few sort of...
Cobwebs out.
Some, Saints locker stuff, some Westinghouse, kick the groceries on the fridge.
Yep.
All of that sort of stuff. And felt really good. Then I got a little bit nervous when I did my pre-game welcome because... Who'd we have? Sam Gilbert, Lee Montagna, Lenny Hayes, and Nick Revolt all had their kids.
Ricky Nixon.
Wasn't there. Didn't see him. So I all of a sudden, nerves are
high.
Yeah. Hated it.
High.
But once we got underway, Red Rooster went off at quarter time. That was one of the greats. We all know what we're there for. And it was just bloody good. And at the end, of course, when Saints win, you get to talk to a player. So we got to have a chat with Callum Wilkie.
Now, hold on. Just on that, I got vision sent through of you, actually, because that's what you do. They win, you got to interview a player. Someone sent me visions from, like, the top, I don't know where it was, somewhere high up, where you're fist pumping the crowd in the middle of Marvel, and then they're literally grabbing you, ushering, like, hey, you have to sprint over here, like, cows are ready for you, and you sprint over because you got caught up in the moment.
Yeah.
True?
Yeah, true. I guess I do take it too far. I do absolutely think I'm celebrating.
Yeah.
And I love because they're all so tired. But I've just been sitting there having sandwiches all game, so I'm really giving it some.
Do you walk down the race with the boys?
Yeah.
Like in the middle or behind them?
I get like a gentle arm over me to like wait.
Yeah.
And so they've had their moment. And then I go.
And are you fist pumping down the race?
Yeah, and I'm still like clapping up at the fans.
Yeah, and like you've done something.
Yeah.
Love that. I tell you what, you. I think now it's confirmed that you have a role in Saints games.
Yep, absolutely. And I knew that this would come up, so I reached out to a few of the boys.
Oh my God.
To get a little bit of
what are you doing, man?
Insight as to,
Was this late Saturday night?
When
you were riding the high?
It's quite late. I went, hey man, I know we're all tired right now. I know we're all in recovery.
I've had some wine.
Yeah, but
and
before we go to bed. Oh, sorry, before we do that, I do have a message from someone else. Let's just see what this is.
Who's this?
Hey, little Dan, Amber here. This is for you.
Oh, no.
No!
She did say, sorry, I'm at work. I can't do my best, but that's for you.
Man. So Saints. Do you want to do your thing here? I think you got something else to say because I got something to say about Saints fans. in
Okay, yeah,
general.
you just hold up.
Okay.
So I reached out to a few of the boys.
Yeah.
Just go through who.
Which ones? Anyone not reply? It'll be a few.
Yeah, Bradley Hill left unseen. Caminiti, no reply. Jack Steele, no reply.
Yeah.
Nazai, Wangati Miller, no reply.
Great.
Oh, Isaac Keeler on debut.
Oh, huge.
He said, thanks, my brother. Sounds like a lead idea, but I don't want to do any media. But we did get a big one here from Mason Wood, who I thought was amazing.
Yeah, he was.
On the weekend. He was great.
I remember seeing Ollie in the pre-game. Kids all around him, but he'd pushed his way to the front, blocking all their views of seeing any of the boys.
That's
I
Ollie.
think it was a really firm reminder, which spurred us on, that the game's not just about us. There's grown men out there desperate to see us succeed. So I guess what I'm saying is it really was Ollie's win out there on the weekend.
Wow, the players saying it's your win.
I mean,
You must have brought some energy. You must have pushed a lot of kids over.
I did, and I remember the moment he laughed because there was a long line of Oz kickers,
Oh,
all with their flags.
Yeah.
And I went,
Yeah, get out of the way.
come on.
Get out of the way.
So
Right.
horse's mouth, and I'll keep my eye on the messages because there could be a few more filtering through. But
fair enough. Should I talk about the Saints stuff now or in the post-game review?
Go
of the
post-game.
game? Okay, I want
Let
to
me
talk,
just
I want to
have
talk,
this-
I want to talk about
I'll-
their fans. I
Okay.
won't put it now, but you sit in this for the next 10 minutes before
Yep.
we do some Lube stuff and the end of the games. Just enjoy this moment. You deserve it, mate.
thank you, mate. I really appreciate that.
But around the league, wild round of football, don't you reckon?
Huge.
Like, couldn't pick it. Footy tips are absolutely cooked everywhere. I don't know how many I got right, but I assume everyone got a lot wrong given how many upsets there were.
Mm-hmm.
Just a good storylines in every game. Fans are just happy. There's fans that are sad. Fans that want to sack coaches. A lot of feed out.
It's every year. Well, we've only done it the 2 seasons, but there's always something that we notice,
Yeah.
and this has really come to the forefront.
This year, people are getting their feet out. The dogs are out.
Yep.
Now, I don't know when it started or if this has been happening last year and it's just come to our attention, but there seems like there's been an unspoken, like a Reddit board or big footy forum. Everyone's like, hey, let's try and get our feet out as much as possible with football. Now, I don't know where everyone stands on it. I think we briefly touched on it last game. I'm very much on don't bring the dogs out ever. And then some people said, well, in Brisbane, it's actually really hot. My feet were getting sweaty in the Crocs. And I said, well, that's on you not to wear Crocs. So what do you wear Crocs to football for, first of all?
Yeah,
So where are we thinking, is it okay to get your dogs out? I did see Adelaide Hill.
I think that's
dogs
fine.
on the hill. I'm coming around to that.
Yep.
Letting the dogs play on the grass, that's fine.
Yep.
Dogs out anywhere else, like MCG dogs, absolutely not.
No.
Brisbane dogs,
Well, okay. So this was yesterday. Was it? Someone said it was quite hot.
someone said it was hot yesterday in Brisbane. It was
Let's have a look at
32
it.
degrees. Don't know why they scheduled a game then, but it was really,
Yeah,
really hot.
okay.
So I don't know. I don't know. I still think the only place you get your dogs out is on the hill at Adelaide Oval.
Well, I think that's fine because of you've got your dogs running through the blades of grass. Not a problem. But I'm with you when I really think about it. I don't necessarily mind people doing it because you could get hot, but I don't want to be sitting on a seat that has just had
Hot dogs on it.
hot dogs on
Nah,
it.
sweaty dogs too. Not it.
So
not
I think
it.
that just for everyone else, it's just not what you do.
Keep the dogs there. Keep dogs in there. So, again, a big crazy round. I did come to one thing I definitely know for sure after this round of football. I've started to realise that Carlton fans, Essendon fans, Freo fans, Melbourne fans all have something in common.
Okay, what's that?
We're all shit.
Yes.
So there's a mutual respect there down the bottom of the ladder that you other guys wouldn't understand.
Yes.
Yeah, the other teams have 4 points. West Coast maybe, but they've been bad for a while. But those 4 particular, there's a mutual understanding like, okay, we're in this together now. We're at the bottom together. Those fans going through it right now.
I'm looking at the ladder. There are a lot of red arrows.
Who teams that haven't won a game? I know West Coast Freo.
So reading from the bottom of the ladder
Yeah,
up,
go.
we've got West Coast Eagles,
It's not Carlton.
then Fremantle. So
Oh.
things out west not looking great.
And Derby coming up.
And Derby coming up, so huge.
Spoon Arby.
Spoon
Arby.
Spoon Arby.
Spoon Arby, yeah. So damn hard. Maybe I'm fucking going to breathe. Arby, Lee Harding.
Number 16, we've got Essendon.
Thank God Carlton haven't been read out yet.
In 15th, we've got Melbourne. And then 14th, Blues.
Okay, we'll take that.
Yeah.
Not the bottom. 14th place. Wow. Competition's tight. Never been tighter. Going to be the closest competition we've had in years. Last year, I think they said was close year before as well. I think this year's the year where anything can happen.
I think, genuinely speaking, if St Kilda can beat a really, really good Geelong side and North can do what they did on the weekend against the D's, what chance do anyone have on their day? Like, seriously. And even West Coast, like, probably should have won.
Yeah.
Really.
Again, I did a lot of soul searching this weekend after the Blues lost and then those teams winning, in particular North and West Coast coming close, Saints. Soul searching and realised that I'll never see the Blues win a flag. That's a given. And that we're every chance to win the spoon. Yeah. Given how close the league is now.
Well, so you're 0-2, and then this week, you've got the Bulldogs, and then you've got Collingwood, and we were talking about it, that game between Footscray and Collingwood on the weekend.
It was unbelievable.
Both teams really won that. Like, they were both really, really good. So,
yeah, it's tight. It's going to be tight. I think when we won't even talk about the Carlton game because he did that on Friday, but Vossi, again, is just, I think he's playing the wrong game style for how the game's played right now. Mm-hmm. Like it's an open, just keep the footy off the other team type of style to win games right now. Yep. We've gone past try and crash and bash and just win stoppages, and Cripper has to literally become Superman to win games. Mm-hmm. We've completely passed that. Mm-hmm. So Thursday night or Friday night we have Friday night's an absolute anxiety fest. Yep. Because that we should now have no right saying this. We should knock them off. They've got a bunch of VFL players still playing. No Bont. I don't know if Chalor's back. Jones is out still. Jamara's bucking at the pub somewhere. But we should win that. But in saying that, we could lose that. They look good, Dogs.
Clip that up.
Don't you dare. No. Thank you. Also, let's get into some news here before we get into the round of football and unpack everything that happened. Geelong's audit's already dodgy as. We know there's an audit going on down there. Yep. Because of all the money they're hiding and the property they give the players. In an article that came out during the week, it was released that the Geelong auditor, Simon Keller, he was the chief operating officer at the Geelong for 6.5 years. He's the one doing the audit. So this is what it says in the article. In an eyebrow-raising development, one of the high-ranking AFL officers overseeing the reported Geelong audit recently capped a 6.5-year stint at the Cats chief operating officer. The Geelong audit, Simon Kelleher, was the COO for Geelong for 6.5 years. Steve Hocking came in and said to Kelleher, "You're not going to be the next CEO. Marcus King is." So Simon went, "Okay, I'm going to the AFL." And now he's doing the Geelong audit. So that's like, someone said that's like Patrick Cripps getting 3 weeks, then faced in tribunal, and it's Patrick Cripps as handing down the punishment as the judge. Yeah. Pretty much the same thing. Yeah. It's my best friend doing my tax return and being like, "Hey, avoid all this stuff." You can't be doing that. That's dodgy.
That is dodgy.
It's just, it leans right in the narrative that they're up to something down there. Yeah. Squeezing players in the hunt for all these players. You can't do that. I want to know the results. I want to post it online.
And look where it got them.
True. Knocked them off.
See?
All this
honesty is the best policy.
Well, I mean, you are honest. You guys are just trying to throw cash at people.
We're scary honest.
I think you're too honest. Yeah. They're definitely lying down there. Yeah. A bunch of cheats.
Something's going on.
We're going to find out more about that for sure. Something else which caught my eye. Now, I don't believe this at all, but former Suns chairman Tony Cochrane has a $25,000 bet on the Suns to make top 4 this year. So when you're in the league, you can't bet whether you're a player, like the masseuse, the physio, MC, like you can't actually punt on AFL. Yep. So now that he's not the chairman, he's like, you know what? And he's loaded, absolutely minted. He said, "I'm going to load up on this." On an interview, he said, "I'm so confident now that I'm not an AFL official, I'm allowed to bet again. I took a bet 2 months ago at 25,000 to 500, which we would finish top 4 at the end of the home and away season. So I'm very convinced that the Suns are going to do what you see every 3rd or 4th year. A team that sort of has an okay season the year before doesn't just get in the 8, they really jump in the 8 and finish top 4. Bold move for a team that's never made finals.
Huge.
25 grand at $500. So either he's got too much money or he's a liar, because at those odds, the payout is $12.5 million. I've never seen 500 to 1 odds on that, ever. So I think Tony Cochrane's a bullshitter. Yeah. There's no way he's made that bet. No. Unless he's got like another friend who, over a few wines, said, "Hey, what are the odds for Suns to make top 4?" And he's gone 500. Yeah. And in his pocket, because he's so rich, said, "Have 25 grand. Yeah. Yeah. He's like, "Okay, I'll take that." Yeah. $12.5 million.
That's Mac Andrew. That's
Show us a bet slip. I want to see the bet slip.
Yeah, good.
I don't believe that at all. I don't believe it. $12.5 million for Tony Cochrane. Off of 25, I'd put that money on.
Okay, if you had it,
yeah,
would you?
100%.
You'd believe in that?
25,000 to win 12.5 million for the Suns, who are probably going to win all their games at home. Already won one in Perth.
You're right.
Say they have 10 games at home, that's 40 points. 1 at Perth, that's 44. What gets you top 4? 56, 60?
Yeah, it'll be about that.
They'll beat a North at Marvel. They'll beat someone else, another West Coast. They're 100%.
So let's just ignore the bet. You're 100% saying they're going to be in the top 4.
No, I'm just saying that if that came to my desk and I was Tony Cochran, I'd 100% take that bet.
Yeah, okay.
But I don't believe it ever came to his desk. I think he just got an SEN, got real flustered,
excited.
and just said, you know what, I put $1 gazillion in the Suns, paying $4 gazillion.
Well, you know what it's like. We get on here as soon as the mics are on. I mean, anything's said.
There's some stuff, that you sent me back, and I'm like, I don't even remember saying that. All becomes a blur.
It really is.
It literally is a blur. It's a haze. So someone else is getting paid who's legitimately going to get paid. Braden Maynard.
Yep.
The Shineboners, North Melbourne, are going to put forward a 5 or 6 year offer to him for $6 million. Like, he's 29 September. He's just not turning that back.
And he will look like the most North player, I reckon, ever. He'll look great.
Hard to see because he looks like the most Collingwood player already.
Yeah, but I find that there's always been, at least growing up, a bit of a crossover for mine with North players and Collingwood players. Like, I've always associated the Shineboner spirit really is rough.
True. I mean, you had the Rocker brothers. One was definitely in the black and white. One was in the blue and white. So you got to see it.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think it works. So, but yeah, you're saying yes to that.
106. So 6-year contract takes him $35. That's $6 million. That Collingwood cannot match it.
No.
Good old Collingwood for never. See you later, boys. I'm not taking around for that. I think some of these big players are going to start taking this cash. Stop being loyal.
Yeah,
We're seeing over the weekend, like, people who are being loyal and they're costing themselves, like, homes, cars, like, money for their family. Boys, up and out.
Yeah.
Take the cash.
I mean, you
TDK.
even sat here and said, both TDK and Cripper,
leave.
I love you so much. Thank you, but you don't deserve this. Go and cash in.
Anyone who gets an offer for over $1 million from another team and their team can't match it, you're an idiot for not taking it.
Oh, big time.
I know there's one club players, but no one gives a shit. Really.
Not
Only
really.
people that care about one club players are probably the club itself, the fans. And if you really want to be that person, that player that says, I spent my whole career here getting absolutely pounded every week. It was awesome. And I cut myself off the knees and earned $600K less a year.
Exactly.
Take the cash and run. Let's start being selfish, boys.
Yeah, I like the attitude.
If you're
Gotta
not,
be a bit more American about it.
you're in here for a short time.
Yeah.
It's a good time and a long time.
And then also come back. Why not?
If you love the club so much, when that contract's done, say it's Braden Maynard. 6 years' time, you'll be 35. Come back for a year.
Yeah.
Play for like $200K.
Exactly.
Maybe VFL, but at least you're back in the colours. Retire
Exactly
there.
right.
So we got to stop being stupid and take that cash, boys. Quick tap watch before we get into things. Will Ashcroft.
Yes.
Sent in heaps. Haven't done this for a while, but Will Ashcroft. Now, I don't know what it is, but it looks like he's got a sword starting from his hip down to maybe middle quad. That looks very unnatural. I didn't even know he had any ink. Would assumed he had the Premier's 2024 ink.
Well, that's a great take where you'd assume all of them would. Yeah.
Yeah. But he had a real sword.
How big are you thinking?
I think it's like a probably 30 centimetre sword.
Really?
Not girthy at all. Very pinny.
Yeah, sure.
It's like really down the right quad there. So that one. And then our boy, Alex Taru. Now he's got a back piece.
Okay. Young to have a back piece.
Well, in true Pick 10 spirit, Gorringe Pick 10, I was going to go the Gorringe back piece.
That's
like
true.
Sheckler.
That's true.
I was going to have Gorringe across my back. I didn't do that, thank God. So he's gone, I think it's like I don't know, I'm going to assume lion.
Okay. Have you
seen
seen?
I saw something look like a lion. I don't know. It's half like drunk, I think. I don't know.
Well, we'll get him in soon because he needs to start having regular sessions with us just to touch base.
And he's got his back sorted.
And then, yeah,
I think he's costing me cash.
big time. Hemorrhaging left, right, and centre.
Literally. We need to get him out there and healthy because we are hemorrhaging
Yeah, big
at
time.
this deal. All right, let's get in the round. A lot to unpack. Friday Night Football Pies somehow, just absolutely ridiculous. 7-point winners over the Footscray. Footscray were brave. Now, the umpiring this whole round, but this game in particular, was just absolutely shit. We can say it.
Wasn't
no
great.
one's going to find us. The players couldn't say it. They tiptoed around it. The coaches are. Even some of the media stuff. It stunk. Umpiring, it stunk. Now, we haven't really spoken about this. You remember last year, I think we straight away were talking about the umpiring. And then again, mid-year, the umpiring changed. And they changed the rules on us. But this year, this round in particular, this isn't it.
Yeah.
Some of the calls they were doing, especially this game as well, was just horrible. So 33-14 frees in this game. Now, you know it's bad when it feels like some of the fans know the rules more than the umpires. There's just so many instances now. The AFL is making millions and millions of dollars out of this game, and we still haven't found a way to fix how to properly officiate the game. It'd probably be the most poorly officiated game in the world. because there's so much room for interpretation.
Yeah, big time.
Like there's not a clear cut set of rules, and an umpire's views can differ to another one, and you got whistles coming from literally back 50 to make a call in the front 50 because the front 50 umpire has missed it.
Yep.
So that's where we're at with that. At some point, it'll cost the team a game. Now, it hasn't already because it's early in the season, but at some point later on the season or the final, this umpiring stuff will cost the team a game.
Absolutely. Well, I'm just looking at the free kicks here for that game. So not only did you mention that, but the average so far for Collingwood in 2025, obviously short, small sample size, admittedly, average of 22.3 with a total of 67 free kicks so far. Bulldogs, an average of 14.5 and a total of 29 free kicks.
See, I mean, it just became a whistle fest. But it became a whistle fest. And the one that, like, there's so many examples here. We've got a few here. The Bailey Dale one, where he makes a contest in the boundary line and then gets called deliberate. Like, that is... Everyone's going to go, you know what? You just want to see Collingwood lose. Now, do I enjoy seeing Collingwood lose? For sure. No? Is it interesting? Yes. But... we're trying to make the game great here.
Absolutely.
Okay? So that's where we're at. And then there was another one in the Lions game as well, the Ashcroft. I don't know if you saw this one. Mm-hmm. Ashcroft got taken high on a wing, and then it should have been either high or a free kick, and the umpire didn't blow the whistle at all.
Yeah.
And the players stopped playing completely and looked at him and was like, hey, like, your job to call something. And he just went, shoulders up. Like, I don't know. It'll be something.
You
guys work it out. So it's not getting better. It's actually getting worse. And Stephen McBurney and Andrew Dillon should come out and say something because they'd get more credit for coming out and saying,
Absolutely.
hey, they're not doing a lot right and they get a lot of criticism fairly, unfairly. We've been harsh on them with stuff with opening round and a few other things. But if they came out and said, you know what, this round of football wasn't that great, we're working on it, everyone's trying their best, clearly it's not a place we want it to be, they'd actually get more fans than what they're getting right now by not facing it all.
Head in the sand just doesn't work for us, does it?
You can't.
Nah.
You can't not face it. That's why, like... the league's worried about your CTE, concussion, ruining the game, and, that won't ruin the game. Umpiring will.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, it's just become such a big talking point where it shouldn't be. We should be talking about games of football, but now we're talking about all these, like 33 to 14 free kicks is not it.
No.
That's ridiculous. It's absolute bullshit. So they should actually apologise to the Dogs after this game, to Footscray. I mean, there was one where Lob got suplexed over the boundary line by McCreary, and McCreary then got a fine the day after, but didn't give a free kick away. So he's getting fined but not giving free kicks out. Quain on the last minute took out Bramble's knees. Cox literally walked through the 50. No, walked through a man of the mark and wasn't given a 50. So I'm still big on umpires doing press conferences.
Huge.
How could that be? Now, it doesn't have to be the umpires, but like if it's Stephen McBurney, someone or a spokesperson doing press conferences and like addressing some of the calls. So we can see where they're coming from.
Absolutely. And we've always said, like, even when you watch other sports around the world, there are, like, I feel like I know most things about the round ball, but oh my God, how good it is when you get an explanation from VAR and you go, you know what? I didn't know that one.
That makes sense.
Because as he said, it's so difficult to officiate. There must be a couple of rules out there that were a bit like, well, hang on, there must be like a catch-22 here. Is there a caveat to that decision? And so to hear from them, maybe it might help. I
mean, the question that came out of this game is, do some players get umpired differently than others?
Wow.
Nick Dacos was the big one. He scored a try over the boundary line late in the game. And it was just like, yeah, that's fine. So I'm not saying that. We're not saying that. But the thing coming out of the game was like, hey, we think some players get treated a little differently than others.
I think they do. I think we'd be idiots not to assume.
So you think like a Nick Dacos, the umpires would go, oh, no, that's not a Nicky boy.
Well, remember that conversation we had about Chris Judd, who admitted, I think he told Cripper, hey, if you want to win a Brownlow, you got to remember all of the umpires' names.
True.
And refer to them. And then all of a sudden, they're your best mate.
Yeah.
Because he goes, you know what? That guy was really nice to me last week. He remembered my name, blah, 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 blah. So, of course, players would be officiated ever so slightly differently.
Also, the backlash of, like, especially those big games, maybe umpires like, if I make this call here, then all these Collingwood fans are going to hate me.
Yeah.
There could be that as well. Friday night, media the next day is always big. So it's the biggest media day the next day after a Friday night.
The voice of affirmation, they call it. Yep.
Is that a Harry Potter thing?
No. It was big for the Adelaide Oval, I remember. They were like, no, there's no voice of affirmation in terms of, like, when the crowd, like, you don't want to go against them because you've got 50,000 people all going for the one side. So, look, I don't know.
Saying that, we don't make it easy for the umpires. Like, there's a lot of rules in the game. There's a lot going on. Like, there's just different... Like, it moves so quickly now. So you could be caught in a bad position. We're watching it on TV, so we obviously see it way better than everyone else. But we're going to be better as a league. Got to be better. So maybe it is... I've been big at the start. Just bank it full time. You're making so much money. Just put them on full time. Do the reviews together. Do training together. Like that would be a solution to make this stuff
Exactly right.
a lot better. But anyway, well done, Footscray. I thought they were good.
Yeah.
They were brave.
Big night.
Real brave Footscray. Big night. Bob Murphy was on the reading report. You would love that.
I love that.
Yeah, it felt like it was up your alley.
Yeah.
Really good bit of storytelling. That
Right
was
up my
good.
strasser.
Had all the stars out there, all the legends of the club. You saw Bont out there. You saw Ron Smith. We saw Brad Johnson, Chris Grant. They're all out there. Easton Wood, Tommy Boyd.
Cooney.
Cooney was out there. All the stars made it. Jamara missed it. He was, to his credit, he was flat out at the Brighton pub.
Wow.
So, allegedly. No, not allegedly. He definitely posted on his story.
He posted on his story,
yeah,
right?
no. So, he doesn't give a shit about football. Let's just be completely honest. He does not care about football at all. Or he doesn't care about being a Bulldogs player. It's one or the other.
Now, I haven't been. Have you been to the Brighton Hotel?
I haven't been there. No, it's not in my wheelhouse.
I'm just really
Nah, too far.
from Port Melbourne.
Yeah, way too
Way
far.
too far.
That's
Couldn't
a-
possibly.
no.
I'm just going to have a look as to whether or not they even have the football on. Because I think that sways my decision.
Oh, they would.
Because if they've got the footy on,
It's pretty much been the same. It's the same thing as being there.
well,
They did have a pool table, so I get the magnet to go to the pool table.
Well, I
instead of
totally
the MCG.
understand that.
Yeah, but he won't play if the Dogs. There's no way he's putting on the Dogs Guernsey again. So it's either the smartest thing ever by him and his management to just try and get kicked out of the club and then bring the value down, so it makes it easier for the Dogs to either trade him, knowing that they don't give a shit what they get for him, and that then the next club can pay him less. Mm-hmm. Don't know how that works, given he has a contract, probably gets renegotiated. Mm-hmm. Or he just really doesn't give a shit.
Mm.
But they got Sam Darcy. They didn't give a shit either.
why would you?
That guy's
He
an
was
alien.
amazing.
We have never ever seen anything like that before. Now, like everyone's very similar. Midfields are similar. Like power forwards are very similar. I've never seen a 208 centimeter giant left foot just hitting 45s. He's a right foot anyway. You can't defend him.
No.
He is so agile. Like he will be the best player in the comp in 5 years' time. Mate, he is so good. Give him $2 million a year. I don't know when his deal's up, but his next deal, he'll be getting paid absolute shitload to
Yeah.
be there.
And I know this sounds insane because he's quite literally Luke Darcy's son, but I don't remember the last time I saw a father-son where they look so similar. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, true.
Like it's just him.
It's his sperm.
I get that, but like you look at a Jack Silvani, I'm like, I don't know, like you.
And
Do
on
you know
that
what I
point-
mean? Like,
And
it's
proud
him.
of his son. And proud of it. A few smiles. Now, Steve Silvani doesn't give a shit about what Jack does out there.
Yeah, he's a good Saints man though. You can't
True.
be saying
Yeah,
cheering
true.
for another team.
Is he
mate.
still there?
Absolutely.
Okay, yeah, it makes sense. Trying to get him out of there. He could go there, actually. He's had a contract in the end of the year. And we're going shit out.
That's all I'm saying.
Man, back to Sam Darcy. Sam Darcy's like just genuine alien.
Yeah.
Don't you think? Like, you cannot defend that. Darcy Moore had no hope of defending him. And Darcy Moore's an okay defender. Is he the best defender? Absolutely not. But he can defend. Got nowhere near him.
Is Walshy going to have an answer? Oh no, sorry, not Walshy.
Wiedering.
Is it Wiedering?
No. There's
What are you
no
gonna-
answer for
what
that.
are you going to do?
Close your eyes and start praying.
Yeah.
So that's what I would. I'd be
Hope for
saying
the best.
If I was Wiedering, I'd be going to the midfield group saying, "Hey, Cripper, Walshy, Hewitt, please help me out here.
Yeah.
I need a few lofted kicks here. I need someone. Hey, who's coming? Lewis Young. Lewis Young. Start coming to the start leaving. When that ball gets kicked in the air, start leaving your man and come across. McGovern, get on your bike. I don't care who you're on. There's no one else in the forward line except for Sam Darcy.
Yeah.
Start when the ball's in the air. Just help me out.
Yeah.
Help me. I'm all at sea here. I need this shit. Like I'm not getting embarrassed out here. Freak. Alien.
Yep.
The unicorn. They're calling him
What?
a unicorn.
A unicorn. I prefer ET or something alien
Alien's
related.
better. Yeah, Alien's better. Yeah. So he'll be the highest paid soon, which is great for him collecting that bag. Rory Lobb punched the shit out of Mason Cox.
Yeah.
Whoa, line him up. Now, the still photo was, it's going to be delicate what I say here because Mason's not happy about it.
It was comical though.
It was a hilarious steal. So the steal was hilarious. But yeah, the goggles...
So I got a bit excited. And I
The
touched-
goggles
touched
fucked him
the
up in that
button,
section. Yeah, he shouldn't have the goggles on. That's the one situation you don't want goggles on when you're getting a fist to the face.
Is
Didn't
it,
like it
is
all.
it glass?
Nah, it wouldn't be.
What-
It'd be
what
like
sort
a...
of-
I don't know.
I think to make it plain worthy or legal, it'd have to be some sort of...
Yeah, plastic. I have no idea.
Check in with that.
Yeah, well, we should. But that wasn't even a 50. So that's how good the umpiring was in this game. And Mason, he took it like a champ, got up. I think he played out the game as well, but then he was in the mood for laughing after the game.
No.
Went to IG and said, "You guys, I love Australia, but this ain't it." Then posted all the comments of what people were saying about it.
What were they saying?
So they were saying, "Thank you, Rory Lobb, for your services to Australia. Rory Lobb has won the heart of every Australian. Hopefully he left on the first plane back to the USA. Deserved. Okay, I mean, that's just...
Well, that's not fair.
I mean, don't go looking for comments. That's what I've learned. There's nothing good in the comments. If you have to start searching for stuff, it's not going to be good.
Back end of the comment section, it's just not worth it.
If you think anything is going to be written about you after a game or there's something out there, I'd close the app.
Yeah.
And just move on the next day. Sun will come up the next day.
Yep.
So, but did punch his lights out. I thought he was going to need a week for sure. Didn't get a week. Had blue hair too. Rory, I like the blue hair on him.
I did, but I think it was the wrong shade of blue. Like, I don't think it was Bulldogs blue. It was more like Honolulu blue.
Well, this guy knows his blues. He's got a cap. Okay.
No, I know that because...
knows his blues, this guy.
on St. Ra.
Okay, yeah.
St. Brown.
It was real blue. I think it was one of those ones where it said when he dyed it, it was obviously a bit like bleachy blue, and then the next day he woke up and it was a lot bluer than what he expected.
Yeah. It was light. It was Honolulu blue.
And there was one point where the Dogs' hair colours skipped a goal. It was like Lobb to Richards to Vandermeer. Vandermeer had the white hair at the end. So that was very comical as well. But Dogs are okay. Dogs will be okay. They've got some soldiers back over the next few weeks. They put them in an absolute fight. Bevo's got them wound up. They hunt. And they just come up against a Pies team who's a wagon.
Yeah.
They're back. They're good. Now, they're not playing the greatest football. They played a good win the week before against the Poor. Yeah, against Poor for 91 points. But they just did what they had to do.
Yeah.
Pendlebury still, I don't know how he's doing this shit at, what is he, 41 now?
I think he's 43.
43.
Yeah.
Still bottom. Sidebomb's going to be like 400 years old. I don't know how old he is, but he's still kicking goal, like game winners as well. Like, it'll end soon, surely. This stuff has to end. Yeah. Like, you can't see it being good forever. Like, stop. But they're just back. Like, they're back to being the Collingwood that we kind of knew a few years ago. Just no one moves the ball quicker from back 50 to forward 50. Like, it's just lightning. When it's all just seamless and smooth, no one does it quicker than them. Nick Dacos back on his bullshit, 39 touches. And Lockie Schultz getting around him.
Yeah.
He copped it a lot.
Yep.
Now they're around him. They love him. Okay, Ollie, mongrel boots. They're built tough.
It'll be tough.
I've been wearing them. As you might know, it's been a tough couple of weeks for me. I haven't taken the mongrel boots off. Well, for now I have. Just for this I have. But I've been wearing them around to the football, supermarket, for walks, because they're built tough.
Yep.
And I've needed to be tough. Need to have them on the feet. They're engineered with advanced technology, including features like scuff cap protection, a tough-sided sole for enhanced stability, roller sole technology increasing comfort and safety, and the Air Zone comfort system to reduce fatigue, ensuring maximum comfort. Blues boys could wear them.
Oh, big time.
I would love to see
studs on those, and then out you go.
Literally, roll them out to the Blues. No matter what you're doing, it's always easier in mongrels. Head to mongrelboots.com.au to find your favourite boot and local retailer. Saturday. This is scary for the league, what the Crows are doing. 10-goal winners over Essendon. 40 goals kicked in this game. It's actually impressive that Essendon kicked 100 points and then still lost by 10 goals. That's hard to do.
It's funny, but it's like, well, what more do you want? 100 points.
You kick 100 points. If you just had one hand on the Crows scoreline and looked at Essendon's just purely after the game, say you finished local footy or you've been out and you just want to check the score, if you cross out the Crows score, just blocked it out and said Essendon 100, you go, okay, we've won that.
Yeah.
And then you go, oh shit, 10-goal loss? Crows they're up and about. They're scary good. Like, if the grand final was next week or this week, the Adelaide Crows would be in it and they'd beat anyone. They're that good. They're a quicker, better version of Hawthorn.
Who can kick 162 points right now?
That forward line is scary. Like, it'll be the best forward line in the league. The Phil Thorpe, Fogarty, Rochelle, Rankin, Walker's still there as a third tall option. He's still good for 20, 30 goals this year. And when they go in, they just score. I think they're going at like 55% scoring goals every time they go in there. They're just crazy, crazy good. Like you said, no one played defense this game, which is just awesome. Just a full goal fest. And as I said, most exciting team in the comp right now is Adelaide.
Well, I was just going through the stats there. 14 different goal kickers.
They just roll numbers
14.
through. Yeah. They roll numbers through. Like, their midfield just rolls the forward line rolls. Like, Keys is kicking 4 goals still.
Yeah.
Make it look so easy. It was honestly like a training run for them.
Yeah.
Like, there was just numbers out everywhere from the start, like from the get-go. Opening bounce, like they would just find, it was like 3 open targets in the 50 every time they went forward. Just Rankin is not human as well. Kicking that goal from the boundary line. That's when you knew the Bombers were cooked. When he kicked that goal. So everyone's in sync. They're an absolute scary proposition for anyone. Then they have North this week. They're the best team in the comp.
So if the grand final was this weekend, it would be Crows and who? You're thinking maybe Hawthorn?
Yep, say it was that. Just say.
Yep.
Yep.
And they're beating them comfortably?
They'd beat Hawthorn by 6 goals. Mate, they are far and above the best team in the league. So they're like Hawthorn. Quick, probably not as cool.
Definitely not as cool.
Definitely not as cool, but quick ball movement. They keep the ball off you. A lot of like uncontested marks. But then when they go forward, they're way more dangerous than Hawthorn. Like way more dangerous. Hawthorn have Wizzy and Guinea and like Chol can step up, but literally everyone in that forward line is a problem for Adelaide. Like they're just scoring goals so easily. What on Matty Nicks? He was getting fired last year.
Right on the precipice, wasn't
Literally, his seat was hot.
Yeah.
And now it's cooling down. They're saying this guy might win a flag this year. Good for the city of Adelaide. Better when Adelaide's up and about.
Absolutely.
I think.
And I think Port will probably be, a bit of a speed wobble in first round, but they'll be good. So, like, the city will be
Erupting.
fizzing.
That showdown. Police will be busy.
Still think there needs to be one for gather round. I'm just saying.
It does.
I get it.
It needs to be a
like-
separate rivalry round is what it needs to be.
Yeah.
That's what we need, where the league goes, you know what, let's let all these teams that hate each other just bash the shit out of each other in one round.
See, I'd hate that idea because I don't know who Saints would play. Like,
Yeah.
who hates us?
Me. I'd play all of you guys.
Yeah, Gorgeous. Yeah, that'd be
Me
good.
against all you guys. A lot of Bombers fans, I can relate. Don't know who's going worse at the moment, Carlton or Bombers fans.
Probably Carlton, mate. Let's be honest.
Just by a bit, by my nose.
Let's be.
Okay, you're
not
going
that
worse
much,
by
but-
going. Okay, well, okay. Also, just on that thing, hey, when did we start adding names to my name with teams that have beaten us that weren't Richmond? When did I become Richmond Hawthorn Gorge? That was never part of the deal. Never ever did I agree to that. Absolutely not. So I don't know when that became a thing that we started doing over the weekend.
I think it's like good for casually, but it certainly won't be when we, proceed to the next stage legally. I don't think it needs to be.
No. I don't need to be Richmond, Hawthorn, potentially Bulldogs, potentially Collingwood Gorge going to the gather round. That's absolutely not going to happen. I won't go to gather round. Just keep my ass here. Absolutely, I'm not going there. That's not happening. So, like, Bombers here. 103 points from turnovers. Now, I don't want to blame anyone for that, but I think when Draper took a snap from 15 metres out in front in the first quarter, then did it again 10 minutes after, and you heard the crowd visibly groaning, going, what's this guy doing? This guy's off his head. That was maybe a point to me where I'm like, okay, I don't know if Essendon, I think they came in to take the piss. Now, you should never be snapping the ball 15 metres out in front.
Kicked it, though.
Well, that's the thing where I say I sound like a 70-year-old, but also whatever works for you, works for you.
Exactly right.
So we happy with that?
Well, I feel like if he says, quite honestly, if he went, look, to be honest with you, I feel a bit nervous and I don't trust.
I mean, you just have to drop punt eventually. I mean, it probably makes sense. His field kicking is, if he started snapping everyone on the field, it'd be hilarious.
Oh, I'd like that a lot.
But I guess, yeah.
If he missed it.
If he missed it, you got to
Different
say
story.
something. Yeah, I'm with you. If he misses it, then you say something. If not, let him keep snapping from 10 metres in front, from the goal square. So if he gets one of the goal squares, he's snapping it?
That would be taking the piss, I think.
But he was literally 5 metres away from that. And he snapped it.
That's true, actually.
So he's not far off it. I actually found it harder to, there's more. Now, I don't know the science behind it. I don't think the players, I think it's one of those things where the club says, actually, statistically, it's easier if you snap the ball. I think it's one of those ones where it's actually probably harder to belly. It's easier to belly the ball and snap.
Might be easier to do that, but you've got less foot when you're dropping straight on compared to when you're curling it around. Like you're hugging it.
Very Gaelic football.
Very Gaelic football.
Whatever he did, it was absolutely wild that he shushed the crowd after the first goal. I've never seen a player shush his own crowd. Maybe that's where
His
they went
own
wrong.
crowd, yeah.
That's where they definitely went wrong. When Draper snapped and then shushed his own crowd in the first quarter, that's when I thought this team's going to get absolutely smoked here.
Yeah.
You should never be shushing your own crowd. Get them up. The next one, I think he actually went like this.
Yeah.
So
Let you
reverse the
listen.
shush. So that's when I thought they were cooked. Merritt, hey, he needs to pack his shit up and get out of there. Like, that is a Ferrari that lives in a caravan park. Mm-hmm. He needs to leave it, but someone help him out. He had 36 and 4 goals. Someone please just help him. Like, you know how he said a few months ago that for the league, and one of the ideas he has to help players get paid more is that they have less players and then just pay the stars more money because they do more of the work?
Yeah.
I'm starting to get where he's coming from.
Yeah.
Because that guy pay him Sack 5 blokes and pay him their salaries.
Yeah, he's doing their job.
Yeah, he is. He's doing the job of literally 10 people. So say the average salary is 300. That's $3 million.
Yep.
Give him $3 million. Sack those 10 players. Give him $3 million. That's what he's doing right now.
Yep, you won't notice much of a
Get
difference.
Zach Merritt the hell out of there. I think Bombers fans would agree.
Yep.
Ben Mackay is having a mare to start the season. Now, he's on $1.3 million.
It's a lot of quiche.
A lot of ish. I just don't know. Like, again, the game's so hard. I'm not going to be everyone like whack players, but like when he's just visibly trailing players around, if I'm a Bombers fan, we're paying you $1.3 million. Just hit. At this point, just hit someone. Just show something. You know, I just want to see something out there. So they're frustrated with him. They even put like ads up on Marketplace of Ben Mackay.
Oh.
So on Marketplace, there's training cones for sale for $1.5 million, and he's listed as a traffic cone. It says, for sale, one traffic cone like no other. Price set for quick sale. This price per annum. No lowball offers. I know what I've got. Pick up only. Comes with a training bag and clothes. Pick up Essendon. Man, Essendon fans are ruthless. When things go wrong, they don't let up.
It goes down quick.
Real quickly.
Yeah.
Real quickly. So Brad Scott, I don't know, they signed him during the year. He did have this this weird, like, I don't know, it was a question in his press conference, more of a statement, but when you're losing and then you're getting served this after games, I feel for you.
It's a wake-up call for a lot of your players. Just before quarter time, Alex Neil-Bullen kicks that goal. 2 seconds left in the quarter. Could have killed that ball. It came in from 30 metres up in the air and a high snap. That's got to be frustrating and a bit of a wake-up call. You got guys like Edwards and Kako playing, showing great signs. And then a lot of the boys that have been around for a few years now, probably not influencing as much as they could be.
Yeah, I don't really understand the question.
Yeah, they got to cancel that guy's media pass. Get him out of here. Make sure he can't swipe into the game anymore. I'm done with him. That's just that serving that up after a game when you've just got done by 10 goals and you've kicked 100 points. Get him out of here. That's not even a question. It's just a weird. You just wanted to vent then. That guy had nothing to say. He just wanted to vent.
I've got a lot of words I need to say.
Yeah. How can I tell you how I feel about this game and not ask a question? That's exactly that was. Just ridiculous. So Bombers in all sorts.
I don't mind that tactic though. Say everything you want because you're really frustrated, and then just follow it up with at the end. So how did you see it?
Yeah.
But you've listed
you've listed 10 things.
Yeah.
Well, I think coaches are becoming more, they're putting up with less shit post-game for sure. I think they're putting it back on them. Vossi's worked it out. So Vossi now just says, I'll let you be the judge of that when someone questions him. So they asked him like, do you guys fatigue in the second quarter? He's like, I'll let you guys be the judge of that.
I mean,
we're asking you, can you give us an answer? So he's just put it back on them now. Someone's told him to put it back on them. Smart.
I think there's been a movement, particularly, of course, we know what Bevo's like. Like, I think he really has set the tone. And I think since Ross Lyon has also been back, he's also helped set the tone that now coaches can just do whatever they want.
Some questions don't even make sense.
Yeah.
Like, they're not even asking questions. Like, that one's just a statement. Like, what are you talking about, mate? So, Port are back. Next game, Port just 72-point winners over Richmond. Absolute snooze fest from start to finish this game was. Just good nap game.
Great nap game.
Awesome. So, Richmond, where was this last week? Because it's so weird because the week before, in the second half, you look like premiership favourites. And then this week, you don't do shit all. So, where was that round one? You decided just to roll out an amazing game in the second half because my name was on the line? That's bullshit by them. They should give me an apology for that game. Not the fans, me.
I get you. Just keep in mind, though, they kicked 68 points. And in that game against Richmond, you kicked 69. So they still...
Beat them.
Well, I guess
Beat
technically.
Beat them.
But they still showed up.
They still showed up. I'd take a 1 point win over them.
Yeah.
Other than them winning by 13 points, then going to Adelaide and just shitting the bed by 72 points. That's worse. Absolutely worse. So now are they just going to stink for 6 months again now? Have that one out of the box game that I stupidly said something that I'd changed my name and then just absolutely stink for the rest of the year.
I think there's a half chance. Reality set in, hasn't it really? Like I'm looking at now, St Kilda play Richmond next week and I'm pretty confident.
That's big for a Saints fan.
Mate, just...
Where's that Marvel?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, you're definitely going to beat them.
So,
yeah. I mean, I think as for Richmond fans, you just say, we're going to stink. Let's put 50 games into these guys. We're 2 games into dumping 50 games into them. We'll be good in 2028. Like, we just wait. It'll be us and Tassie, new kids on the block kind of thing. This is shiny new toy, new team for them. So I don't know. Of course, Port were going to come out and just beat the shit out of them. Like, realistically, we should have seen that. Port will lose to easy teams and then just get they'll lose to good teams and then just become flat track bullies.
Yep.
For bad teams. And now they're going to give Ken 10 years again. But they were just good. They were all over him. It wasn't much competition, but Port just did what they had to do. Probably a little bit of nervous energy in the stadium before the game started. Going, this is actually could be a danger game. Richmond coming here, but once they had literally 9 up forward, Port just went to town.
Yeah.
See, Jack Lukosius fractured his kneecap. 4 months out. Had to go get it drained last night because he went home and then the knee blew up like a balloon. It was like, something's going on here, and they just drained his knee. But they've got some issues up forward.
Yeah.
One more injury, say to Georgiades, they're in all sorts.
Yeah.
Rioli was good. Was the midfield.
Yeah.
With the midfield, caused havoc. So Port will be okay. No tarps yet. Keep the tarps off. Keep the dogs out on the field. Big crowd still.
They will always. Both those two sides. It's awesome to watch.
Yeah, but they might go home. Like, they might start packing things up when Port start being bad again. That's the danger with Port. They've been good for 10? What's Ken been there for? 10 odd years?
Yeah.
Been good for
most of that.
So if we do start going bad at Port, the tarp's coming back out.
Where do you put the tarp? Because we haven't seen tarps at the Adelaide Oval, only at Amy. So I'm wondering where the tarps go. Like, do you tarp the hill?
That'd be, for marketing, you probably would if you did some money in.
Yeah.
Tarp it up hard. Yeah.
We'd have to tarp something.
It'd be bad, so. But we're done. Port's back. So for another week, everyone think Port will be the real deal again. And then I'm sure, I don't know who they have coming up, but I'm sure that'll be a game where everyone jumps off Ken again. It's just the cycle with them. Up and down, up and down, up and down. Rosie was unreal. He's an underrated captain.
Oh, is he underrated?
I don't know. We don't really talk about him that much, do we?
Well, I remember there was a lot of conversation about him in particular when, who was it? It was him, Dersmer at the time, and Butters. The 3 of them were talked about a lot. And I think maybe you're right. It's probably, the conversation's probably died down a little bit.
It's been more about Butters than Rosie, I think. Yeah. Well, Richmond stink. They're back to being stinky. I'm happy. I know we lost to them, but they're horrible again.
Yep.
And I'm happy to say that. I'm happy. I've got my name after them. I'm happy to say it. They absolutely stink. Stab your eyes out when you watch them.
Yep.
Here we go. Up and about. He just lifted the spine, just raised, and he said, here we go. Knock, knock, knock. We got to win here. Now, I'm not a Saints fan at all, but this game gave me a heart attack.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. You want to take the floor here?
Yeah.
About how you felt and what you saw?
Well, I've also got a couple of messages back from some of the boys.
Fucking hell.
Marcus Winhager, sorry man, playing golf. But Butsy's got me dialed in. Thank you. Jack Steele, haha, I'm a little confused, so just need to record something. What do you mean?
Okay. No,
Dusty Wilson.
100% got us up and about pre-game. Felt lots of energy from the crowd, thanks to Ollie.
Yeah. Short sharp.
Jeez, it was real gun to the head.
Yeah. Did not want to be there at all. So when you guys win, it's like when Saints win, their fans decide, you know what, let's turn and let's just break the meter. Because I saw knock knock chick at platform 28, just a lung fell out of her mouth when she went the knock knock thing. Then I saw somewhere, I don't know what it is, but you probably, I don't know when you would start chanting, probably early given the game was so close at the end. You started chanting,
We did the song.
whoa, playing on Sinclair, take my hand and he'll kick it, I swear. Like, that was going on.
Hey, have you ever felt like this when Jackie Higgins kicks it through the sticks? And then it was a bit of a Collingwood-inspired Mason Wood. Mate.
You guys lose your damn minds after a win. If you guys win a flag again.
When we win, I can't believe you just said if. I've always tried to plan it in my head. It's so sick of me. Like, I've got an actual, okay, yep, that's where I'll go. So I think you start at the corner for a bit, and then we go straight to Luna Park.
I will pay for a private plane for you guys to get up and out of here and just do it somewhere else. Just as far, where's the furthest possible destination from Australia?
Go to Tassie, I suppose. That'd be good.
No, further than that. Keep going. I don't want to hear. It's actually scary.
It'll go off its head.
I've never seen maybe Carlton, but I can't talk at all, but just so you got absolutely smoked. Haven't won a flag in 100 years, and then it's a good win, but just to turn it all the way up to flag, here we go.
I did see a few people dressed up as angels and priests. That was, for me, a good moment.
I rate it. Because it feels like you don't... Like, you do win, but you don't win often. But when you do, it's like, hey, that was our grand final.
Let's get into
We're
it.
staying out for 3 days. You won't see me at work Monday.
I mean, I did get back on the mic after the song and I said, right, that song was good, but I've got another one in mind. And then played Robbie Williams' Angels and just stayed out there while the boys are giving all the footies out. Just, leading an orchestra. Like, it went off, mate.
You did it well.
Yeah.
Good, but mate, I saw a lot of it. Saints fans are up and about. It's just, and I think it's one of those ones where I worked out, it's like, okay, I get this because supporting the Saints would be hard, but then it's wins like this that bring you back. So when they do happen, you go, you know what? I'm going to lose my fucking mind right now.
Yep.
This might not happen for a long time. A win this good. Take the chopsticks out. Let's party like we've never partied before.
Yeah.
Singing, dancing, like so much excessive celebrations, Round 2. Like, what are we doing here? Like, admittedly, I'll absolutely celebrate hard when we beat the Dogs on Friday, for sure. But I'm not like, let's go to platform 28. We're going to win the fucking flag, Like, just a lot. You guys would celebrate the hardest out of any team.
I reckon. I think I hear what you're saying. I acknowledge it, but there is a science behind it.
Is there?
Yeah.
How many beers can I consume now?
There is a science behind going for a side that has disappointed you, and when they don't, it is so much more gratifying than any other team. You don't think that I don't want to be like a Hawthorn winning a three-peat. Of course I would. But I defy them to celebrate anywhere near as hard as us after a home and away win under the dome.
Yeah.
Like, it means so much more to us.
Well, I think you definitely would. No matter who wins the flag this year, their supporters won't celebrate as hard as you guys have celebrated this week. I guarantee it. You would never see that.
Nah.
You've lost your damn mind down there, Marabin. Like, you guys are off your heads. But great. Well done. Again, pressure through the roof.
Yep.
Roof was shut. You guys on the dome become a different team. Mm-hmm. You guys are absolute Harlem Globetrotters out there.
Yep.
Just become a different unit of players.
Oh,
Unbelievable.
against Geelong, we turn into prime Chicago Bulls.
They're your team.
You're like...
You love a Geelong under the roof, don't you?
Yeah.
Really whip them around. Wow, you smoked them. First quarter came out and beat them up. There's like 5 players to 1 tackling, up and about, energy. I heard the chants go in the first quarter. Whoa, living on Sinclair. Doesn't make sense.
Doesn't need to. Oh, I want to lance with somebody. Doing it all, brother.
Just a bunch of dogs celebrating. Become a real party out there.
Yeah.
Party atmosphere. So, well done. You stick around. You're probably back next week. Who have you got again?
Richmond.
Oh, home game?
Yeah. You watch, brother. There won't be a tattoo parlour without someone on the bed.
Docklands will burn down after that win. After that 4-point win, Docklands going to burn to the ground. Platform 28, and he said, I reckon they're putting in some stronger structures.
Stronger structures.
With some more still.
Tables are booked.
Knock's going to break the windows with their knock. Going to shatter the glass. Knock. I want to make sure, I'm in Port Melbourne, a couple steps over. I'm going to make sure fucking my foundations are fixed, just in case it spills out.
It is, yeah. I mean, look, to be honest, we do have, and I know this from the bottom of my heart, we've got...
Here comes a lie.
We have got a definite surge mentality laid on in the game when it's clicking, okay? There have been, towards the tail end of last year, late third quarter, early fourth, we can come back for sure. But I don't remember the last time that we've started with a surge.
No.
And we started with a surge and it was awesome to see.
You know what? You guys parked the bus better than anyone else with 10 minutes to go.
That last quarter, I didn't see the ball. It was...
You wouldn't even know you guys had forwards on the field. You guys parked it hard for 10 minutes, defended. Ross the boss out-coached Chris.
He did.
Some of his moves, Windhager to Holmes, just the defensive mindset. He must have just fucking wound them up massively to go out there and do what they did. Because that's, for 4 quarters, that's hard. And they were cramping.
Really
Poor
hard.
Isaac Keeler. It was like, oh, Rossi, I understand the game plan, but I'm not built for this yet.
This is my first game.
First game. I'm not sure about this chase and stuff. But Jack Higgins was good. McRae's been the best pickup.
35 touches.
I'm going to for pick 45.
Yeah.
So he's going to average 30 a game.
Yeah.
So he looked like a masterstroke. Maybe I'm wrong about you guys. Mm-hmm. So you win this week.
And what did I say? We've just started to get a couple of guys back.
Yep.
Mitch Owens was a bit quiet, but like he's always a really decent
Presence.
target, particularly when we don't have King. We'll
Yep.
get him back. Liam Henry next week, so all of a sudden that small forward is looking really good. Dan Butler will come back. That'll be great. Down back, Caminiti, still a little bit green, but we'll get Dougal Howard back.
Yeah. You guys are building hey, you got a war chest. Party chest.
We've got a party chest.
You guys have a war chest and a party chest. You guys are onto something here. You might have something. And then on the other side of that coin, did Geelong just not want to be there? Did it feel like they just did not want to rock up to Marvel? Like, I know it's a long travel for them down the highway.
I get that.
And it's not, it's not on their farms and all that. But did it feel like they just didn't want to play at Marvel? They didn't fire a shot until late.
Even when they were firing a shot, it didn't feel... There wasn't the same energy. And even, bizarrely, if you compare it to when Richmond surged against you guys, you could feel that energy. And the players were obviously giving it off. The fans were... But I didn't get that vibe from the Cats players or...
No, they didn't feel like they wanted to be there. They don't want to be there at all. So, I don't know. Tom Stewart gets injured in the first quarter as well.
Yeah,
Jeremy Cameron playing the wing.
And down back.
Why was he... So, does his role must be with Chris, like, you just let me play wherever I want.
I think it's very much that attitude.
Because... He should have been up forward, clunking them. But he was, as you said, on a wing, down back, like floating in and out, very much like a Charlie Curnow on Thursday night. Like, just was allowed to go wherever.
Yeah.
So I didn't get that at all.
No. And I tell you what, we've only had now we've had the one game to base this off for the Cats, but they already look like a completely different side without Bailey Smith.
I mean...
that would have been tough with him there, admittedly.
We haven't unpacked that he pulled out of the game to avoid hanging out with you. So... You're sending the voice note out. You're sending him a follow-up message. You were getting ready to do a Guernsey swap. And you had to tee up.
There were a few things in place, yes.
There were a few things in place. Like, these guys are reunited. How good's this? And then he pulls out of the game with a calf injury. Yeah, right, mate.
He's got an Ollie Gill injury.
Yeah, he wanted to... Yeah, Ollie Gill's in my DM injury. He's fired too many DMs in my inbox. That's my injury. And he pulled out of the game to avoid you. So, anyhow, what's the comms there? Have you told him, like, hey, mate, is it me or...
Well, he was there. He filmed me in the Red Rooster activations and sent it to me, so that was good. I like that, but not a lot of comms. Is one way of saying it.
Okay, so she's saying he's close to blocking me. Okay, great.
Yeah.
So he's out. So Geelong now frauds, absolute fraud town.
Yeah, you can't be doing that. Yes, they came back, but we have the answers.
Not just like you can't go smack free at home and then go to Marvel against a team you should win and then just get thrown around. Yeah, even though you came back late. I will say, if Close kicked that goal, I think you were cooked. So there's a few then in the last quarter. I think it was a young kid who had a snap and then Close on the goal line with Miller. If he kicks that, 6 minutes to go, you guys are cooked.
And Dangerfield really should have got his kick that. But yes, that Nazaya sort of kicking it through. That saved us.
That
for
saved
sure.
you a lot. So,
but yeah, Partychest went off.
Well done, mate. You're back.
Me and Andrew Bassett, we went off.
Yeah, he was next to you.
We'll scrub each other up. You had to apologise with that. Sorry about that.
Sorry about that, Ellie.
Sorry about that.
You didn't do like that. You got a bit loud then, didn't I? Something like me. Okay, well done. You happy to move on, or you want to keep celebrating it?
Not really, to be totally honest, but we will.
Let's move to the absolute... no, this wasn't a snooze test at all. Lions-Eagles.
Yeah.
Lions by 19 points. Now, a lot of people complain about the starting time of this game. Too hot, too sweaty. Dogs are out, for sure.
What time was it?
1:20.
That's right, and it was 1:10, and it was 10:10 in Perth. Remember, it was the morning game.
Yes, yeah, it would have been. Yeah, this is always is. Yeah, sorry, I'm talking about. I'm sorry. Yeah, no, in Perth, you watched 10-10. So I was thinking about Saints celebrating and knock. Because I had PTSD from more. Like knock was screaming in the back of my head. Yeah, it was 10-10 footy in Perth.
Yeah,
1:10 game, too hot. They're saying 1:20 game, too hot in Brisbane. Yeah, they're saying too like humidity through the roof. The Guernseys were sticking to the boys. A lot of like abs just flexing through the Guernseys.
Oh, horrible.
It was awesome. I thought Kelly started the game really well.
Yep.
That's when you play the bit, man.
I've lost my head.
Ollie's checked out.
I'm at the SB right now.
Ollie's got to be SB for sure after this. That's where you play the bit of Kelly starting really well.
Okay.
6 months on from walloping the Suns on that last Saturday
Well
in
done.
September. The Brisbane
We're on the
Lions
game. Walloping the Suns. Now, to a defence, Suns and Swans both do wear red.
They
So
sound
it
similar.
can be confusing, but that's not what you want. But you log into your Fox Footy, you go, you know what? Here comes some Sunday football, and then it's just in the first 5 seconds, you're going, it's going to be a long game. I've never done this, but I'd personally did this. When I heard that, and then Dermy start speaking in the fake mic, I was like, you know what? We're watching this game on mute. We're going to put some music on the background, and we're just going to assume what happens here.
Dermy was in full fake mic territory, wasn't he?
Dermy had an absolute stinker on Saturday against when your team was playing.
Yes, I
as
didn't
well.
hear
So he
him.
said, I got it here. I'll try and play on the microphone. I didn't even know. It didn't make any sense what he said here. I think I knew where he was going with it, but I didn't really. Let's see if this picks it up.
Some like smell open space. He sniffs. Some like smell open
Land it.
play getting on it. He smells open space, doesn't he? When it's turned over to his team, no one
Land it.
I love the way that he's laughing, and in my head, I can picture him sort of going to the left and the right, being like,
Yeah, help me.
Sniffer Cuddy.
Help me. Someone help me.
Smells it.
Jeremy, they got to give him a fake mic. Got to give him a fake mic and say, you know what? This thing definitely works. Just keep talking as one. Unless he's got like a word quota in his contract to activate, like unlock a new year next year.
That's true,
It's like if
yeah,
you
yeah.
say 50,000 gazillion words, you actually unlock a contract for 2026.
There could be something in that.
So he's just saying a bunch of shit that we don't know what he's talking about. But this game, yeah, Kelly started pretty well. And then the Lions unveiled the flag. So everyone's up and about. Everyone's going, this is going to be great. We've got West Coast here. We're going to beat the shit out of them. Nah, you're not. No, you're not. Not when the Eagles come to town. You're not going to throw us around. Should have, for sure. But the Eagles hung around. Eagles were good. Very, very good. I think they were up by, what, they were up 4 goals? 5 goals at one
I
point?
think it was like 32-1
I think it was
at one
4
point,
goals.
wasn't it? Yeah.
4 goals at half time. We're thinking, hey, Brisbane might be the new Carlton League here. I
Mm-hmm.
was there, fingers crossed, going, please, Eagles. Like, we need another team
Yeah.
to just share the embarrassment of the league right now.
Yeah.
Bit of laughing stock, but wasn't meant to be. But brave. Real brave from West Coast.
Absolutely.
They were really, really
Different side to last week, weren't they, really?
good. On the road as well. You wouldn't have thought that happened. Just travel together. Bit of unity. Up
Yeah.
and about. Look good. Played good football. So minimum quality would be happy.
Yeah.
They're not. They got a derby now. Feel good about themselves. Most of the chat out of this game is just Harley Reid is just such an angry human being at the moment. Just so angry. Just flipping off the crowd. Just ready to fight. Loves to fight at the moment. Mm-hmm. We're going to back off Harley Reid a bit, I reckon. The media just needs to just relax. Everyone calm down. A lot said about him. Last year was on the back page of the paper. What was it, like 60 times?
Yeah.
This year, I think a lot of the dinosaurs in the media saying, oh, he's not fit enough. Just shut up.
Mm-hmm.
He's 19 years old. He's probably getting $20 million put in front of him. Everyone just take a breather and let the guy just figure it out.
There's real vibes of he's not the shiny new thing anymore, though.
There is that as well.
There is that, for
Yeah.
sure.
And is that frustration from his end, you reckon?
Yeah, well, I mean, you start to go, this is why you take those big deals, right? Because the league is fickle. We move on quick.
I mean, the risk now with Harley is that I think we leave him alone, let him do his thing. We figure it out. He's 19 years old. But now with his contract, he'll get paid. But is his contract coming down now? Because people are like, okay, well, your first year was so good. Year 2 hasn't started the best. So
No.
are you not now the $20 million player of 10 years? Are you just a very good player? Like,
Yep.
what are you, Harley Reid? You know how we knew what Sammy Walsh was?
Yep.
We knew what Nick Dacos was?
Yep.
We assumed we'd know what Harley Reid is in year 2, given he was on the same kind of path. Those two has been like stars of the competition straight away.
Yep.
Absolute studs. But now we're going, okay, like what is it, Harley, that you are? What is it, Harley, that you want? Because if you want to bash a bunch of blokes, we can sign you up to the UFC. You want to start flipping off the crowd? I personally loved it. I like the theatre of it.
Yeah.
But like, if that's what you're in for, let us know, and we'll find a bunch of like people you can flip off in spare time.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah,
But
yeah,
we'll
yeah.
help you out here. What do you want to be, Harley?
Because the flipping off was the highlight.
Great.
15 touches, no goals, no behinds. Like,
One finger to the crowd,
8 kicks
one middle finger.
and 1 middle finger.
Yeah. It was a good one too.
It was good.
Then the guy came down in the crowd, gave him tissues. It's like, not going to happen. Not going to happen at all. So, I don't know. I think he'll figure it out. He will. Like, imagine being 19 years old and someone's like, hey, we're going to give you $20 million. 100% you'd be like, well, thanks. I'm not trying anymore.
Yeah.
You know?
But
Cool.
you've always said you'd sign it, then you wouldn't try.
Yeah,
So
I would.
think-
I would.
Yeah.
I would try until we've signed, the paperwork has been printed.
Yeah.
And then once I've signed, then I'd stop trying.
Yeah, correct.
For sure, and just get paid that money. So he's gone the other way around, which is a bold tactic.
So we'll see if it pays off for him.
It's
but
a bold tactic. So a lot of talk is that Essendon are coming to the fore here, hard, and saying he's got a year to go on his contract, and like maybe he's like, you know what, stink it up, get out of here early, get to West Coast, get Essendon. So
I get it.
we'll see. And the Lions, I don't know what the Lions are. They're confusing me a bit. So reigning premiers, Sydney, they did a job. They had lots of soldiers down. I get that. And then this game, you'd think it'd be 10-goal win easily. And then they just have to come behind, get out of jail. So don't know what they are yet.
No.
They're not scary like they were. They have a big test this round against Geelong.
Yep.
Coming up. I think
that'll be fine.
So that'll be easy.
Well, I won't say
but I don't know.
probably with that.
I don't know what they are. I don't know if they're a good team. They're middle of the road. Are they still trying to cover for Joe? Like, what are we doing here with them?
I feel like what we have seen, though, that has been impressive is they've kind of showed us a couple of different styles of winning and really putting your head down and just grinding it out.
Yeah.
So you've got to give them that.
True.
Because I don't think we can be overly critical of anyone who wins, especially if it's only by like 7 points. Say, like, let's just say that if you do that, like you just leave them alone and move on, and it's really impressive that they won because 4 points in football is really difficult.
It's actually better not to win games. I found.
You really?
Yeah. I found it's good to, if your team doesn't win, it's always just a better humbling experience because like you guys, Saints fans, you get ahead of yourselves and then the world comes crashing down a lot harder where I know I'm at the bottom of the barrel.
Yeah.
Like I can only look up
Yes.
where
Yes, exactly.
You're at the top of the SB looking down going, oh, in a minute I'll be down there again because I'll lose eventually.
Yes, but you're booking, 17 tables at Zagami's on Lygon Street. Like you're getting ready for that.
Well, we are definitely on a bar. We're not yet. I mean, we're in all sorts of Carlton. So we're in Brizzy. Eagles keep rolling. They got Freo this week. That'll be a good derby.
Yeah.
That'll be dangerous. This guy, man, what is happening here? The brand new Kangaroos. 10-goal winners against Melbourne. League makes no sense. Game. What is going on here? They look good. The woman who became the meme behind the goal was given the double bird. A lot of birds getting around. Single bird from Harley, double bird. She's absolutely the epitome and like the spirit animal for every North fan going to work today.
Yeah.
Just sitting at work and you can just give everyone a double bird. It should be okay if you're a North fan to do that at work.
Yeah, I agree.
Your boss should be like, you know what, you guys won.
What do you want from me?
You can flip off whoever you want. So, now, a few eps when I said the bamboo stuff and I scared a few people in the microphone.
Yep.
I said, they've been laying the bamboo and you don't get the results of the bamboo until like 4 or 5 years down the track and then it goes boom. Man, fourth quarter, boom! Erupted through the roof of the bamboo. That's a glimpse of what this team can be. That would give you an absolute shin boner.
You know what?
That gave me blood.
Yeah.
And I'm not even a shin boner. It's got your old regularly. Your analog.
Your analog?
Your analog boner. That was great.
Is there a digital?
Don't know. But they kicked 3-9-27 to start the game. They went on to kick 16-2.
Yeah.
Like that is, I don't know if they'll do that every game. Probably not, given they're so young. But that's a glimpse of like what this team can be.
Oh, yeah.
They were unbelievable. So, well done, North. Soak it up. Bit like you guys. I don't know if you party as hard as the Saints fans, but you should be celebrating. Maybe a nice dinner tonight.
Yeah, there'll be a nice somewhere in North Melbourne.
I think so. I think you take your partner out, or maybe your friends, or maybe go solo if you've got no one. Just go out to dinner by yourself.
To dinner, yeah.
Take yourself out and enjoy it. You deserve it.
Yeah.
Okay, so you just soak up those wins when they come. And for Melbourne, man, see the crowd?
Oh,
jeez. The crowd did not
let
that.
Up. I don't like that.
Crowd laid into them. So that's where that sums up. I mean, I thought this club loved each other. They loved each other a few months ago.
One-way love.
Track did not look like a guy who loved that club.
No.
When he kicked to an empty forward line and the ball trickled out in the last quarter, and then the camera panned back to him and he just like giggled like, what is going on here? Is like, Track, man. Again, long contract. He's absolutely chained to this club. So he needs to get out of there and save the brand. The brand is suffering with every loss. Get out of there and save the brand. And it's just the same problem for him. It's been the same problem since, they got away with it in their flag year in 21 because they probably had that 4-week purple patch in the finals where they just blew everyone out. But since then, refuse to get a forward. Refuse to even look at a forward.
Yep.
Like, I know they got Van Rooyen. I know what he's going to be, but the rest, like, you could go and recruit someone. You thought there's been targets out there to go and get in free agency, to go and trade for. Heaps of them. Just said, nah.
Don't want one.
We'll work it out. We got Track. It feels like if it's not Track, Oliver, or Gawn kicking goals, then they don't kick goals.
Yeah.
Now, Cozzy Pickett isn't there, and Cade Chandler, he steps up. But apart from that, they're not kicking goals. They're not scary at all in the forward line.
Not at all.
So, I don't know. Like, again, if it's going to be a long year, Ash Electric has said that him and his dad have decided to not watch this season and then just, instead of watching the games every round, they're going to watch the 2021 season. So this week, they're going to watch round 3 from 2021.
Oh, nice. That's a good attitude.
Yeah, that's where the D's fans are at. They'd rather watch that than what the club's dishing up right now.
Fair enough.
Just crazy. No one saw that coming. A 10-goal loss to North.
No.
Now, Gorney was down a little bit against Sherry. And then after the game, Goody came out and said this really weird thing that probably no one even asked that deeply or prompted. But he said this about Gorney.
Really important to us, and Max is one of those guys. And today, I think he'll acknowledge that he got beaten by a really good opponent today. But you also got to realise that, in life, there are other things that are going on. So, we'll support Max. He's a great person. He's a great leader. And, there's a backstory to everyone's performance. And Max is someone that we take enormous pride in, and he's going to continue to be a great leader for this footy club, and he'll be a big part of our response.
So I don't get why he said that. Why would you say that? Did Max
under the bus.
Did Max say, hey, you know what? Front the media and let him know that, yes, I got manhandled, but something's going on. Like, why would you even lead with that? You said it's like threw him under a massive bus. That's your spokesperson of the club. Mad times you've wheeled him out there to cover for your shit old club and what's going on out there and all the drama you've had on field, off field, and then you throw him under a bus because you want to take, I assume, the heat off yourself. Man, I'd be flat as if I was Max. I'd be flat as if I was the Melbourne Footy Club. HR is going to have an absolute field day with Goody. PR training is going to have a field day with him. He's not even going to training. Get him in PR training.
That is not even, I think it's a really good point you make. Forget PR, HR, this is, I know it's sport and it's, it's different to just another workplace. But imagine you've just rolled into your staff meeting and go, hey, by the way, just letting you know that Susie over here won't be able to bring a, PowerPoint in because there's a lot going on in her world. It's like a lot.
Yeah, there's a lot going on. Yeah, I won't say it, but there's a lot going on with her.
No idea.
Yeah,
like Susie's struggling.
She's going through it now. That's all I'll say.
Like, you can't do it.
And now everyone in the AFL world's going, well, what's wrong with Maxi?
Exactly.
Now we hope he's fine, and we hope he's whatever's going on that it's all good, and we wish him all the best. But for a head coach to say that about your captain,
yep. And you're right, the person who's covered for him and
covered your
he's
ass,
got throat awareness every week.
Out of all your shit, and then you do that. When I heard that, I couldn't believe it. I was like, absolutely not. Get his ass out of there. That's unbelievable. So they've got a lot. That's a lot. The whole questions for this week for Melbourne and their pressers leading the game are about Gorney.
Yeah.
He didn't ask for that.
Okay. What's going on?
Didn't ask for that at all. So Gorney's now got to, I think Gorney has like media equipments as well and a station. Unbelievable scenes. So let's hope Gorney's okay. Melbourne are in all sorts. Absolute frauds. And speaking of North, they've just become our biggest performance of the round. New segment brought to you here by Pilot. We're breaking down the biggest moments of the round, shining spotlights on players or teams that just step up when needed to. Real backs against the wall, how they managed to turn around. Who was that team or that player? North Melbourne. Shineboners rise. That's exactly what they do. When you're feeling good and up and about, they'd be taking today off work. Oh. Why? I can't stand up. That's why. I cannot stand up. I've got an absolutely huge shin boner. Yep. Not in my shin. They were unbelievable. They're the performance of the round.
Wow.
For me.
Yeah.
Saints were good. They were close. But shin boners by 10 goals. That's crazy.
I think I'm going to give it to you. I think that if St Kilda continued on when we were 40-odd up, if we had done that against the Cats, fair enough. But right now I think the big performer,
have to be.
Give it to North.
So it's going to see how long they stay up, though. Mm-hmm. Because who do they have this week?
They will be going into
Oh, no. They're going to the abattoir? Who have they got?
The poor fuckers. Enjoy it.
What have they got?
Sunday, 3:20, you will be taking on the red-hot Adelaide Crows at the Adelaide Oval.
Oh, you just...
It's not fair. That's not fair.
That's not ideal. I mean, it's really a situation where if you're a North fan, you say, you know what, enjoy this shin boner. We've done all the work. We've performed under pressure. Now it's just time to just soak it up because we know what's coming.
Yeah.
A performance that might not be to our standard or likability.
Yeah.
Might have a flaccid coming up.
Big time.
So that's our big performer of the round, brought to you by Pilot. And much like those players who deliver under pressure and the teams, Pilot is here to back you up when it counts. Pilot helps you perform at your best by offering real evidence-based treatments from trusted doctors, all discreetly delivered online. No awkward visits, just results. Another team who's a fraud is Freo. Last game of the round. Swans by 3 points. Good to see Big Cox get a win. Chad just gave him the biggest hug. Everyone's going, hey, that's a bit of a big hug. Mm-hmm. That's a I'm staying around hug.
It did look like it, didn't it?
Good resume game from him as well.
We knew that.
Even though the hug probably says that maybe he's going to stay, but Coxie gets a win. Good on for the guy. I feel the Swans pressure. They feel better about themselves now.
Big time.
Feel better. A lot of pressure. Haven't won grand final loss. Then you start, opening round 1, get a win now. That's big for them.
Yeah.
Big for them around the group. They do have. The game felt like it was. I don't know if you've ever driven a manual car.
No. What do you reckon?
And oh yeah, true. Actually, that's never happened. But it felt like both teams were trying to find the gear and they were just grinding around.
Sure.
Like it was pretty messy to watch.
Yeah.
It wasn't great. But the Swan get a win. Hayden McLean looked better. The forward line looked better with McLean in it. I don't know where this guy Riley Bice came from. Just another Charlie Horsewater. Yep. I don't know if he's from the academy, but he's just decided, you know what, we need another Charlie Horsewater. Let's pluck him.
A volunteer as tribute.
Like a mini Liz running around.
Yep.
Unbelievable. So he's a great pickup. I think it was pick 45 in the draft somewhere. So they found him from God knows where. And then they now get their season back on track and hopefully can build off that. And Fremantle, boy, were we wrong about this club. This club stinks. It stinks a lot like Carlton. Fremantle is just a purple Carlton. Mm-hmm. Like we have a lot in common, Fremantle fans. Like we are both going through. Our teams do exactly the same thing. You have this hope and expectation for them. Then they're up at 3/4 time, and you just know you get the knife out and start stabbing yourself in the heart in the last quarter. You know it's coming.
Yeah.
We were so wrong about this team. Maybe I was. I don't know if you were big on them as well, but I've never been. I even feel embarrassed to be on them and get around them that hard as I did because they haven't shown anything at home. Just nothing.
I know, that's the worst bit, right? I mean, you haven't left the MCG yet, but they've shown what they're like on the road.
And at home.
Mm.
Genuine frauds. They're frauds. I don't know. It's just like, and now even like their stars aren't playing well. Like there's just a weird vibe out there.
And they're in their dream time slot. What more do you want from...
We can't do more for you to get a win. Like, much more. So, I don't know, like, fans are blaming Coldplay. They said there's a lot of Coldplay being played after goals, and apparently...
Oh, that wouldn't get anyone up and about.
No, what? And this, apparently they run out. I don't know if they run out to Viva La Vida from Coldplay.
So, hang on. Hawthorn run out to Fiend, and you've got Viva La Vida.
Yeah. I think
it would only be good if everyone there sang it. That would be kind of cool.
Still, for some reason I can't explain, it was always better and that was when I ruled the world. Yeah, no, that's not what you want. So
never tear us apart. Like that works.
Yeah, not Viva La Vida. Not Viva La Vida. So Freo are just, I have no idea. Big Kahuna kicked some goals, but outside that, Bolton made his debut. Tried to literally take everyone on the field. Mm-hmm. Like, didn't get the handball sometimes, just sprinted, did his own thing. So, we assume this team will come good. But they just have to with the amount of talents on that list. But now they're 0-2. I don't know how this week. I don't know who the Derby. Man, the Derby's a danger game for them because they hate each other's guts. West Coast could come out and pump them. They did it last year.
Yep. The West Coast home game as well.
That's big. That's big.
And it's a Sunday night. So, again.
I mean, they both love that slot.
Mm-hmm.
So this game has got set up for Harley to belt literally fucking everyone. Harley to bash everyone, give 5+ fingers to the crowd.
Oh, there'll be when we do our preview, we got to get an over and under on how many
birds. Give a few out, and then you've got Freo to potentially be winning at 3/4 time, then lose the game. Like the Derby, that's the game of the round for me.
Yeah,
that's great. So, round 2 in the books.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Had that shit opening round. Round 2 in the books. Lots happened. Absolute roller coaster so far. We've got so much to unpack here. We've got a lot more to look forward to. On the next step is Wednesday, round 3. It moves quick.
Got a little treat for you Wednesday, by the way, Dan.
Oh my god! If it's anything like St Kilda related and celebrating, I don't want it.
It's good. We're getting the party chest.
Oh no! I shouldn't even say anything about it.
It's on.
It better be knock. Knock cannot come in here. Apparently, she doesn't even knock. She just yells it. She's at doors.
She's impressive.
I can't. Okay, we're not doing that episode. We'll see you soon. Unpack a lot more football to come.
What's gambling really costing you? For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website.